Hi, friends. Everything is purposeful. And one of the biggest things that I have learned, which is why I'm really starting Holistic Soul Within, is because of all of the experiences that I have been sharing with you all this far. And one of the things that I really want to highlight in today's video is talking about the corporate space. There are so many examples of how I can or could talk about this and what angle to come in, but I want to share this from my field of being in healthcare and of being in IT. And let me just say that being a young black woman in a white male predominant field is not an easy one, and it is also something that you have to develop grit for, specifically if this is something that you want to do and you love. For example, I have been in healthcare and in the health IT space for over 15 years. I have led multi-organization implementations from a training perspective, from a project management perspective, optimizations, recuperating hundreds of thousands of dollars for practices, leading, honestly, encoding and figuring out problems for the software vendor that we use. So much so that when I got to my current employer, I had someone from the vendor walk up to me and was like, "You're Ebony?" And I was like, "Oh, my name precedes me." And she was like, "You helped us solve quite a few problems from a programming perspective, and your name is highly regarded." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, that's cool." And I have memories of where I worked where the people that I work with were not interested in sharing information with me. It was very clear that I was not wanted there. And sometimes I've often asked myself, well, why do you stay in this field? And to be honest, I am a natural caregiver and nurturer, and I love taking care of people no matter what capacity that is in. But I have always been drawn to healthcare. I wanted to be a doctor. I got sick. I was like, not doing that. Sometimes I go back and forth with whether or not I want to go to medical school or nursing school once I'm done with my doctorate, but every time I'm like, no, I'm tired. I'm tired. But even now, I was sitting in on a meeting, and I have told my manager this specifically, like, I very much so identify when I feel myself shutting down, because I've had so many instances where people are like, oh, well, you can't possibly know this. How do you know the answer? Like, I am also someone that has also provided AI tools, tips, and tricks. And I've been training most of my IT department on how to use it in effective prompt creation and enhancing them. And I've also taught courses on it, given webinars, all that jazz. And what I want to leave you with as a take home message is you belong in any space that you step your foot in. People are incredibly insecure, and it has nothing to do with you. And no one no one can comment on your experience because it is not theirs. Just because if you are a woman in IT or in the tech field, you may have a very different experience depending on your race, depending on how you identify in terms of your gender identity. If you are a male, if you are a black male, a white male, an Indian male, like, you're going to have different experiences, and you can't tell someone how they should feel or whether or not something did or didn't happen. If you have not had the lived experience of someone else, it is not your place to tell them what they did or didn't experience. It's not. Argue with somebody else in the comments, but not mine, because I will block you. But I have a wealth of knowledge that I am okay with sharing. I am not insecure about that at all. I am literally staring at an AI innovation competition that I'm considering throwing my hat in, because I literally scribbled on a piece of paper, multiple sheets of paper, many ways we can use AI in our current workspace. So I just want to tell you, especially if you are a young person, if you are a black woman, if you are someone who is really struggling with trying to figure out how you fit, just know that you do. But there will be people that will make you not feel welcome. And I hate that you have to go through that. I hate that you have to rise above that. But it is going to develop your character. It is going to teach you exceptional communication skills. You will learn how to be an exceptional documenter. You will know how to take the best notes. You will know how to create all these things. And one thing I want you to know, do not allow yourself to be relegated to just taking notes or making something cute. Your brain has value, your experience has value, and if someone doesn't want to create a space for you at the table, make your own. And that is easier said than done. I am acknowledging that it is easier said than done, and some days you want to pull your hair out. But you were meant to do what it is that you're doing, and if you get to a point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, switch, do something else. You are so capable. But I need you to understand and recognize that.